Sleeping for success. What are the benefits of having a sleep schedule? Did you know that teens need more sleep than adults and young children, but get less than both? That's why we chose to do our topic on sleep.
Our question.
In this new world, how easy is it for students in the in-person learning program to keep a consistent sleep schedule, and what are the benefits of that?
We hypothesized that the students that had to follow a consistent sleep schedule, where they were also getting the recommended amount of sleep, would have much better mental health and be able to perform better in school.
Background information.
There are multiple theories on why we sleep. Number 1, the inactivity theory. Sleep was used by our ancestors to quietly hide from predators. The author of Sleep Revolution believes that the problem with this is that it's unlikely that we would do that with a threat in an unknown environment. Number 2, the energy conservation theory. Sleep slows down our body in every way in order to conserve energy. By putting our bodies in a lower metabolic state, it reduces the amount of calories and energy that we use. Number 3, the restorative theory. Sleep is used for restoring all the things we use during the day. Number 4, the brain plasticity theory. Sleep is our brain's way of taking care of itself.
There are also 4 sleep stages. The first one is light, a time between being awake and asleep. It is very easy to wake up during this time and our muscles are still moving. The second is cool down, a deeper sleep than light. During this stage, your eyes stop moving and your body temperature decreases. The third is known as delta sleep. During this time, there is little to no eye or muscle movement. Since it's the hardest to wake up from, if you are woken up during this stage, you will likely be disoriented. It is also likely that sleepwalking will occur during this period as well. The final sleep stage is REM, also known as rapid eye movement. This starts an hour and a half after we fall asleep. Our breathing becomes quicker, blood pressure and heart rate goes up, and our brain waves become faster. Most of our dreaming occurs during REM, and it can also help process emotional stress.
Procedure and materials.
Our study started on February 7th, 2021, and ended on February 22nd, 2021. We had 13 people, including ourselves, participate. These volunteers were split into 2 groups, both with different sleep schedules.
There were 2 teams, A and B. Everyone had to fill out a survey based on their group every day and submit it to our Google Classroom. Group A's had to go to bed between 9 to 10 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m. This group's average showed a slight upwards trend. We saw an upwards trend in the time they fell asleep. This tells us that Group A struggled with falling asleep between 9 to 10 p.m.
Group B's could go to bed whenever they felt tired, as long as it wasn't within a half hour of when they went to bed the previous night, and then they would wake up at 7 a.m. This group's average showed an upward trend as well. The average time Group B fell asleep became later as the study went on, but then peaked at 1 a.m. during the first few days. Results. We found that Group A often reported feeling emotionally and academically better than Group B did. Conclusions. Our experiment gave us critical information on what the best kind of sleep schedule is for students and how easy it is for us to maintain. Sleep is something that everyone needs, especially students.
We conclude that it is best to keep a consistent sleep schedule like Group A. While Group B most often reported feeling happy, they also had more reports of sadness, irritability, and frustration than Group A. Group A did have trouble following the sleep schedule, but it was also easier for Group A to get up than Group B. The best sleep schedule is a consistent one because it leaves you feeling happy, awake, and it makes it a lot easier to start your day. Possible applications.
Areas where our data could provide insightful input could be school start times or choosing bedtimes for students. Sleep is something that everyone needs, and the effects of sleep deprivation can be severe. Limitations.
Our limitations were often variables we had taken into account but could not control. Some of these variables included caffeine intake, sugar intake, sleep quality, how many times they woke up, and difficulty getting the data in on time. Participants would sometimes hand surveys in a few days late. This wouldn't change our data too much, but this still calls into question the accuracy of our data. Even with all these variables we couldn't control, we still feel confident in our results. What we learned.
With this experiment, we learned the importance of sleep and the importance of a schedule. From a young age, we've always been told that if we don't get enough sleep, we'll feel tired. This is true, yet as we get older, we seem to forget it. This project was a great reminder that sleep impacts everything in your life, from happiness to academics, and aging to appetite. Next steps.
If we were to perform this experiment again, it is likely that we would have more participants with a larger age variety and experiment with different sleeping schedules to see their impact. We would also make it mandatory for our participants to fill out the survey for the previous night the day it was assigned, to reflect the most accurate results. References.
BBC Science, Human Body and Mind, The Body, Puberty, Brain Basics, Understanding Sleep, COVID-19 Impact on Behaviors Across the 24-Hour Day in Children and Adolescents, Physical Activity, Sedentary Behavior, and Sleep. How to Sleep Better. The Sleep Revolution, Arianna Huffington, 2016 copyright. The 5 Stages of Sleep Deprivation. What would happen if you didn't sleep? Why are you always tired?
We would like to give a big thanks to Madame Lally from Aldershot School for providing the necessary details to enter us into the science fair, Mr. Stewart from Aldershot School for providing us with the Google Classroom we use to collect our data, Audrey McShay for being our scientific advisor during this project, all of our participants for providing us with the necessary data to complete our experiment.